What is up, my dudes? It's Pac-Man here, and today I wanted to bring you guys another brand new episode of Aussics Analysis, the show where I take your footage and show you how to best improve. Today we're checking out my man Barcode. That was a funky one to say, but today we're checking out my man Barcode, who's currently playing around Copper 2. It's actually, it's pretty funny, man. I do enjoy coaching the Copper gameplay. It makes my heart warm. And it's good to see where people kind of start from, for the most part, right? So, he's basically saying that he wants some general tips on positioning, aim, etc. And he wants to make a big jump all the way from Copper 2 to Gold, at least, he says, by next season. So, look, man, let's put in the work. And look, without wasting too much time, there's a lot of work to be done. Let's get straight into it. Let's go, man. Dude, I am so keen and so excited to tell you guys that the stream is coming back soon, ASAP. There's going to be an announcement early next week that'll give you a date, an actual date, and we're going to be back to the stream life, bro. Back to the stream life. My shoulder is still kind of dodgy. Like it looks like I am out of the sling, which is really good, but it's still, it's still super kind of super sketch. So like I can, I'm doing all my like physio work to try and work on my range of motion and whatnot. And that's gonna allow me to be able to do this comfortably for an extended period, to play, have a session on the games and play for like an hour or so, or even longer, sorry, but to be able to do that right now when I have my arm extended for too long, by the end of like one of these videos, it gets really tired and strained. So one thing I would mention, right, and next week, I'm also doing a like an actual site setup and site rotation, because you guys keep asking me keep asking me to do it. I don't do it. I haven't done it just yet. A lot of it is just because it's been difficult for me to make anything and use a keyboard and mouse when I've been in the sling. But there is a new series coming next week that's just going to show you all the basic setups and site rotation, site reinforcements. So look forward to seeing that next week. Like the video down below if that's what you want to see. But with Malusi, what you want to do for the most part, as best you can, is you want to try and cover as much of a circumference as possible and make it as hard for the person coming through to take out the Malusi, right? Make them have to travel the longest amount of distance and across lines of sight, right? So let's say if you were to put a Malusi, I think where you have it there is fine. Maybe I wouldn't put it on the ledge because it's easier for them to just walk up and punch. Put it the other side of the ledge, so they have to kind of come around it, crouch down, and look away from where you are now and where people are likely going to be shooting them from. So by kind of hiding them away, but still giving you that, it still gives you everything that you want, but kind of hides it away slightly, right? So you want to make them have to work towards going to punch it, and make it so that when they go and punch it, they have to look away from the general. They have to expose themselves to where people usually play and defend from, but they have to do so in order to punch it, or they have to make that decision. Do they want to have that sound cue, be moving slow, but keep their eyes on the prize, or do they want to take a second, take their eyes off target, smack the Malusi, maybe in that interim you guys can land your shot. So keep that in mind, right? And just for a cheeky side note, you can do this one reinforced and then this one here soft if you want. Personally, I just reinforce both of them, especially in the lower ranks. I just lock them both off, hold addict down, lock off this left one here, and then do a rotate here on the right side. All being soft here is just, it's a weak defense. But without wasting too much time rambling, let's watch the game. So you're bobbing and weaving. Mechanics look like you're practicing, or you're at least, you're watching some of the better guys do it. Cheeky side note, make sure you shoot a hole in one of these mirrors, in barricades when you're playing around them, so that you shatter the window on the outside. That way you can actually hear what's going on the other side of the window, right? So it's a really small thing, a really kind of simple tip. Tons and tons of people just don't ever action, right? And so even with this Malusi, not to nitpick, but with that Malusi, you can have this more centered in the room, so it's going to kind of catch people as they come through this door, plus it's going to catch people coming through trophy. Or maybe there's fine as well, really, because it's going to be hard. I probably just wouldn't have a Malusi in this room personally. It's too hard to act off that information. I'd put one maybe here, maybe one in attic where you've got one over there, and then potentially one like mid-white, mid-white stairs, because that's a really spot where you can be exposed from. So that's maybe slightly better, because it's going to be hard. Like, it's going to be hard to act on the information that this Malusi here gives you. Okay, so you're holding a little pixel angle. I like the fact that you are holding it as a pixel. That's well played. That's good thinking. Not gonna lie, you don't look like someone that should be playing in copper. But again, let's see how the rest of it goes. So you're going for a C4, yeet out. It didn't land. You took out your Malusi. That'll do it. And there's the copper. I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. That's unfortunate. Alright, so here you gotta be really careful about how aggressive you get on this, because like your position in attic is so important. So important. So
attic.
Yeah, you wanna be holding attic.
My game chat is it working?
Holding attic, but in the same way, not allowing yourself to just be easy free pickings. Make it hard, you know, bop in and out. Like, you know, like jump, kinda like bounce in and out, take shots, make them know you're there, but like, don't give it to them for free, but don't stand out in the open like this and just kind of try and take gunfights. Because, yeah, like, you know, both times they really should have died, and once you die, they can have attic then. They'll come right up and just control attic. And now, like, as well, this is a huge issue. This is a huge issue. Not you specifically, but this is something that, like, I can't stress enough. This is, it's such a, you have to be able to grasp this. So for anyone out there that's struggling, that's like, you know, been stuck in a certain rank, or especially in the like the lower ranks, like we'll say like from silver down, and no offense to anyone that is in those ranks, it's where, you know, a lot of the player base is anyway, but look, anyone from silver down and above, you know, gold 2, really, gold 2, but until you can grasp exposure of angles, until you can grasp angles and understanding what angles you're exposed to at a given time, you are going to struggle so hard to consistently win and to just find yourself, you know, being alive all the time. Because like right now, when you think about it, what angle here are you exposed to? It's basic, right? But that big window is open. We've a minute left in the round, and you're kind of holding like you're trying to play based on this, like kind of like holding this little angle like you're doing right here, right? But you just can't. Once the round is on, you can't, unless if you're coming into this little patch here, right? So if you're rotating through this patch here, you better be aiming down big window and preparing to take a gunfight, because yeah, that's just where people are gonna be. But kind of just like, you can't play in this position once the round begins, really. This is just a dead zone. Like, you're not allowed to be in there. It's kind of, again, it's like territory owned by the attackers, because yeah, it's just too hard. You can't, you know, there's no cover, right? So you have to be aware of the angles that you're exposed to at a given time, and until you can grasp that, like, don't worry about quick peeking, don't worry about anything you know, else mechanically. Just focus on angles. And even like, you know, again, like that's just a huge one that's just screamed out, but like, you know, you're obviously also exposed to this angle, you're exposed to the rotate, top white over there, big window. You know, like you're just extremely exposed. And I know you've just come to this angle, but just the fact that you've kind of run out in front of big window and you don't really seem to mind the fact that you've done that, it's just a trigger. You gotta get a hold of that, my man. You gotta get a hold of that. Okay, so there's someone playing on the window. Again, you're kind of holding an angle that's a little bit too wide. You can get domed here. Nicely done. Oh, that could have been the guy who was shooting up an attic earlier on. Nice, applying a little bit of pressure. Going for the style points there. Nice skins, by the way, bro. Nice skins. Again, just be careful of that big window, right? You don't need to worry about the gridlock traps so much, because you kill gridlock, last is attic, it's a GG. Just as I say, you don't need to worry about the gridlocks. Hey, good round, bro. Good round. Well played. Okay. So just remember, when you're playing a shield, don't be afraid to actually use it as it's supposed to be used. But you've no ADSs here, which is an issue. Oh god, here come the boys. Unlucky. Unlucky step, bro. Unlucky step, bro. So just FYI, right? Like when your shield is here and your rotate is on the side that you're on, it's actually a mistake, right? Because like the reality is that like if you're getting pushed off this, shield right here, by having to kind of come all the way back to where you are, you're exposed far earlier than you would be if you were going back through the rotate right here, just where my face will be, but going through the rotate here and then locking up this wall. It takes them longer to come around and see you, right? And it's all like fractional timings here, but the timing is unlikely to go in your favor when the rotate is on that side. So you need to kind of be aware of that. I'm not saying you can't do it, but you do need to be aware of it. And also, just one thing I wanted to mention is on the last video when we were talking about the shield being a bit too close to the wall. Like right now, you obviously don't have any ADSs protecting the shield, so it's borderline useless. Looks like a mouth, like. But what was I going to say? You guys mentioned that basically the shield shouldn't be placed as far up as this. Now this is a little bit too far regardless. You want to have it a little bit further back, but because you can throw an ash charge at its feet and it doesn't have to actually come in contact with the ADSs right here for it to make a difference, right? Like it's not gonna, the ADS aren't gonna catch it before it actually explodes the shield. And that is true, but you can also definitely still play the shield tighter and higher up, but you just need to have ADSs banked up on this wall and then probably someone on the door over there, right? So someone playing maybe with another shield over there, the ADS is stacked up here and in that corner or on that wall over there, and kind of helping to fight blue, right? So you could definitely still do it, but I know what you mean. It's something to be aware of, that like I should have mentioned it on the last video. I'm not gonna lie, dudes, like I haven't been playing Siege now in like 2 months, so I'm a little bit out of whack, I guess, when it comes to the nuances, the true nuances. But like I said at the beginning of the video, as of next week, boys, we'll be back. Oh, my mans. Dude, you're kinda nasty, bro. Not gonna lie, like, you're playing a copper right now, and I can see you're making, there is mistakes happening, but movement-wise, oh, okay, like, let's see now, you know, that's a good decision to back off. Okay, that's maybe not be the decision there. So once you hit that nomad jab, especially in a rank like this, they're gonna swing, right? Like, come on, they're gonna, she wants that kill, she smells it. She smells blood in the water. She doesn't even care that there's a shield over there. She's just like, she wants it. She wants it. So they're probably gonna swing, man. So if you're coming back, so if you're gonna re-swing, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, I love swinging. I would definitely, in a situation like this, I would get aggressive. I'd maybe park my ass down on this corner here, though, or like, yeah, walk up along this wall here. So walk up along this wall with your kind of ADS, like cut off as much of this angle as possible, and let her, like, imagine your ADS is kind of just facing here. You're cutting off the angle as much as possible and creep up into the corner and play a little bit of a, yeah, just a little bit of a different, an off angle as you'd call it. Because like playing it like this, especially once you go to shoot this drone, it's unfortunate. It's just a timing issue, but like, yeah, you definitely want to have your crosshair cocked and ready to go, right? And really, you actually don't, with an SMG-11, like, you kind of, yeah, you want your shot to be crispy, to be poking that head right there. So, like I said, that's what I would probably do, is I would probably close the angle in a bit, get a little bit tighter, so that the SMG-11 becomes more favorable in the position, right, rather than a longer angle. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Just a bit of a timing issue, but just be ready to go. And yeah, man, not gonna lie, I'm just thinking about that gridlock in the first round. That was the irony is real. Okay, looks like you're gonna play yourself a nice little cheeky angle. I like this. Okay, but this is where the likeness goes away for me. So you can play in small tower, right? You can play in this like kind of back corner here in small tower. It's risky, but like you see it in Pro League a little bit actually. I don't know if they play 2 people up or just 1, but I'm pretty sure it's just 1. It's just like a dead Jaeger basically. You just put one in there, stack them up with a few ADSs, and just let them put someone with a nasty shot, and let them just try and make it as uncomfortable as possible for the enemy team to come in and take small tower. But when you've only got 1 ADS, bro, you definitely don't want to put it in front of a window that, you know, they're just going to punch that window and shoot it. It's not going to be able to do anything, and then your position becomes really, really exposed, because when you're playing in a tight corner, you obviously, you're very exposed to grenades and whatnot. So that ADS placement it needs to be on point. But you're going for a more aggressive position. You're trying to fight them before they get in. But you see, this is the issue, right? They punched that window, and now you're kind of a little bit exposed. Okay, so you're going into this room. But now we've no ADS, and that was definitely a sledge. So I know what I'd be doing if I was them. I would be trying to do that. Maybe just a little bit better, though. Woo! Oh! Man. You need a little bit of fine-tuning, my friend. A little bit of fine-tuning. Look at that. The nice little cheeky 3K. I feel like you've given me, you know, one of your better games. I feel like you've given me a game you said, you know, this is what I got. This is what I got. Why am I in copper? So, you know, that's another that's another reason as to why. And that there is just holding angles, right? That is just holding an exposed angle. And just Pika's advantage is going to go and work against you, right? Especially if there's a drone in this building. They could potentially be yellow pinging you. Don't think there were, but just realistically, let's have a look. Realistically, like the way that Pika's advantage works, like, you know, you barely even seen him, and he wasn't even like that crispy or that cracked onto your position. It's just the way that Pika's advantage worked. Look, there were some nice shots, but like I said, man, like it feels like you just need a little bit of fine tuning, and you'll, you know, you're gonna be all right, bro. Okay, match point, 2 minute 20. We're a man down. You're going for a Maverick trick. This is a close one. You can maybe try and chuck a nade there, right? Like, if you can hear him and he's like right there, what you can do is you can just cock that grenade, and even the sound of that grenade is usually enough for them to just dip on out, right? You don't necessarily need to actually pick up a kill with it. You just need to kind of clear some space so you can safely Maverick trick. So yeah, just a thought is potentially just consider just cocking a grenade and listen to see if he runs away. If not, it's a free kill. If he does, fantastic. You don't even have to throw it. You can just put it back in your pocket and continue tricking until you hear him come back and repeat the process. Even with this, when you're tricking, bro, just try and make sure that you've always got someone laying prone, because it sounds like that Legion is keen on you, keen on cracking a head. So you want to have someone like prone beside you, or, you know, just making sure that there's no one close by ready to pick you off. It's also your flank that you need to be aware of, though. I don't know, maybe okay. And as I was about to say, something that you need to be aware of is potentially your flank right now. And a good way to just solve that, I've mentioned this a few times in my videos in the past, or coaching videos in the past, is just drop a cheeky drone, a pre-placed drone below that you can have one of your dead teammates sit on, and just get them to make that call out when that Frost is flanking. They don't even need to ping or anything like that. They can just tell you, or just ping, and whatever they got to do, just shout out, hey, there's someone here, you're getting flanked. Quick, whatever, and then you guys can get a free kill and go back to business, and they'll continue to watch your flank. All right, so yeah, it's a good way to just hold it. Okay, match point, 2 minute 30. So you're trying to take blue alone. They've got a pretty decent setup, to be honest. Like, sounds like you've got someone, like, when you're looking at a setup like this, what you kind of always got to remember, right, is you're gonna have one guy on that shield at least. Down this kind of corridor here, probably some ADSs protecting the shield. When the wall is open like this, right, just know it's like a chessboard. Like, you need to know roughly where the enemies are likely going to be, and kind of where you're aiming now anyway. And I like the white crosshair, by the way. I just noticed that. That's very Pac-Man-esque. But yeah, basically there's going to be one likely on the pillar, potentially with another shield, both jiggle peeking through this, taking shots through this little barricade onto blue where you are, and then also helping to fight big tower stairs over there, right? And then the last place that you could potentially have someone, you could potentially have someone that's pushed up real close on these double doors, like just the other side of this door here, but likely on the door that's behind, so the door in the background here by the barrels, you usually have someone, it's a position that I play pretty often, someone here, like just peeking in and out and just kind of like, yeah, taking little pop shots at you, right? and trying to get it done. So they're the positions likely that you're going to have people playing from. And by knowing that and with a bit of experience, like, you know, once you kind of play and you see setups over and over again, you can be pretty sure where they're going to be. Yeah, once you know where they are, then it just becomes about dealing with them and you're not going to get caught off guard, right? So it's about like kind of player mapping. Okay, you can definitely hear that guy blue. Looks like you're going for a drone, but you're pretty exposed here as well, bro. I won't lie. So that's the guy that I was talking about. It's a 5v2 though. Your teammates are getting it done. You've got one blue, and then you've got one on Barrel's door. Yeah, they're the last two players. I'd potentially just be holding a little bit tight. If you want to get aggressive, you can. If I was getting aggressive right now, I'd be getting aggressive on the shield player out on your left. Yeah, I'd be getting aggressive on this guy. You don't want to be shooting them Okay, this guy's already dipped off. Luckily, don't worry about taking out utility when it's not doing anything. So the last guy is going to be the cap can coming from Barrels. And that's a nice shot there, dude. Dude, yeah, mechanically, you look fine. Like, you look like someone that isn't a copper. So, like, look, again, I can only go off what you guys tell me. But, like, you look like you're better than a copper. You look like you're not a copper. Mechanically speaking, you just have issues with game sense. But I don't know. Maybe that's just what's holding you back in general. But I think you got a lot of potential to do what you want to do and potentially hit gold next season, right? You just need to kind of switch on to a few of those little things that I mentioned throughout the video. Your positioning, the angles that you're exposed to. Like even when you shoot them ADSs when the shield's right there, there's just no need, right? Because you're exposed currently to that rotate, to elbow. And that guy easily could have not have rotated off just yet. And he could have just swung and took you out, right? And that's kind of, yeah, it's just one of those things. Sometimes you get rewarded for doing the wrong thing. You got that kill and you won the match, but you didn't get to learn your lesson because that guy had already rotated off, even though it was the wrong play. So I guess that's where these coaching videos come in to help, as well as to just help you learn lessons that you may not have necessarily taken from a game. So hopefully that helps out, man. But look, you look good. You look like you're ready to go, bro. Look like you're ready to rock and roll and make that push for low gold. And yeah, I think next season is going to be a big one for you. Find yourself a little squad, get stuck in, and yeah, I'm sure you won't have issues finding a squad after this. Just hit up the comment section. But yeah, without wasting too much time, dudes, thank you very, very, very much for supporting the channel as always. The content is going to be absolute fire in the next few weeks coming. I've got my shoulder back. I'm going to be back playing. And there are so many cool things that I've planned, honestly, over the next few weeks, and a few announcements that I still have to go, which is just, man, it's gonna be really exciting. I'm really excited for February. And yeah, look, without rambling on for too long, if you enjoyed the video, as always, please be sure to drop a like. And yeah, if you want to press that subscribe button, we're super, super close to 100K. So yeah, hopefully we can get that soon. That'll be a huge milestone, But look, I'm rambling again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.